Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Chelsea 4, Preston North End 0. Shout out to Preston, good luck on your way back home, safe travels to their team and to their fans, and good luck for the rest of the season in the Championship, of course. This scoreline, I'm actually quite relieved. I'm relieved at the fact that it's finished 4-0 because when you look at the first half and you look at the second half, it's like watching two different games, right? We went from stinking up the gaff in the first half, absolutely horrific display, where there was literally no light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm just thinking, what's going to happen today? Like, this is what's going on. And then the second half, first moment of capitalization, the first goal with Armando Broja with the first goal. If I'm trying to just recollect my thoughts and get this up correctly. Broja for the first, then Silva for the second. Yeah, I was getting them twined up in my head. When that first goal for Broja went in, that's it. Floodgates opened. Preston come out a little bit. Chelsea find a way in order to exploit a weakness, which I feel like we stopped doing after. But anyway, the goals came regardless. And Preston folded. So in that context, relieved, happy in the end, cool. But I can't believe that this game versus Preston at home, we still somehow made it difficult for ourselves. Do you know what I mean? It's Preston. You know, if we were playing West Ham or Brighton or even Luton, you know, to an extent I'd understand. But it's Preston, 14th in the Championship. And yeah, like I said, it took 58 minutes before Chelsea started operating like a Premier League side should. So we're going to get into all of it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Shout out to everyone that was on the watch along. Shout out to everyone that got through that first half on the watch along and stayed committed. Yeah, because that was difficult. That was very difficult to get through. That first half was shocking. Shocking. And it was shocking because nothing happened. Like, literally, nothing happened. You could have started off the game, left, gone for dinner or something, come back, and you would not have missed a thing for either side. Nothing happened. I think by the end of the first half, there was like 3 total shots, like 1 on target for each team. Dead. Absolutely dead. No movement, nothing was going on. That was the first half. Going to the second half, and I got to be honest, I was a bit concerned. I was thinking, how do we come out in second half? I did say that I reckon we'd still win. I reckon we'll get a goal at some point, and then that should get us over the line. But you know what we're like in second halves. This time, we found one avenue to exploit, which we did, and then that led everything else on. Not Mudryk. The first goal, Malo Gusto with the ball in, and Armando Broja finding space in the middle of the box, directs it onto the post and in. Great header, and considering Broja was not having a good performance whatsoever, but he got a goal. Fair play. And it was a good header, like I said. Great header. Fair play. But ball into the box, directs it in. Goalkeeper can't reach it. 1-0 Chelsea. And at this point, Preston, if they want to get something from this game, have to commit a little bit more further up now. They need to open up a little bit more. They have to try and do something, which still to an extent they didn't really do, but they left spaces open and Chelsea started to find themselves. Chelsea started to take advantage. The second goal come in, corner ball into the box, and Thiago Silva running into the near post. No one's tracking him, which is bonkers for someone of his age, being able to just divert off his marker, get onto the near post. No one's tracking him. He heads it into the roof of the net. Goalkeepers can't reach it. It's too quick for him, and it's 2-0. And that's where, you know, the game is signed, sealed, and delivered. And I know people in the chat on the watch along were starting to get Luton PTSD, and they were starting to go, no, they're going to come back. They're going to come back. It's Preston. With all due respect, it's Preston. This is why throughout the watch along and in this review, even talking about the first half, I'm shocked because it's Preston. This is why I said, if this was West Ham or Brighton or someone in the Premier League, even Luton, right, to an extent, okay, I'd understand, kind of. Preston, it was mind-boggling up until when Broja scored. Then we did, cool, Silva gets the goal, that brings everyone's nerves down, everything calms, everything becomes a little bit more free-flowing. Preston at this point begin to just fold. It's not even a case of Preston trying to go out on the attack. Preston at this point, they just crumble. You know, they're just like, oh crap, we've lost. Okay, done. We're just going to enjoy the next half an hour, guys, and we're going to go home. That's basically what Preston, that's the vibe that Preston were operating on. We get a free kick on the edge of the box. Sterling, who had a stinker up until this point. Let's be honest. Again, Preston. Do you know what I mean? If this was a Premier League side, I'd be like, yeah, okay, perhaps. I'd still be saying Sterling had a poor game, but I'd be like, all right, he's had a bad day at the office or something. He's had a lot of them, but Preston, like, come on. He gets a free kick, though. He takes it. He scores the free kick. It goes very nicely over and up, over the wall, nice dip, into the net. Keeper can't reach it, and it's 3-0. Game is killed at this point. Happy days. And then we get the fourth with Enzo Fernandez not being picked up by any marker. Preston thought they were keeping him offside. He wasn't offside. Defender next to Conor Gallagher kept him onside. He gets to tap it in without any pressure. 4-0. VAR takes about an hour to check if that's a correct decision. They do check eventually. They find that it's a goal. It's given, and it finishes 4-0. So, happy days, right? Relieved that Chelsea got that sort of win in the end. However, Preston. This is Preston, man. And it's just, I find it quite crazy that we have to really, really, I say, force ourselves to get some sort of a result. It can't just be an easy day at the office. Do you know what I mean? Eventually, to an extent, it was, because the floodgates opened and Preston folded. But why it got to that, and yeah, overall, I still think tactically there's problems here, man. Tactically, I think there's problems. Pochettino is not getting the team to play in a way that's going to be sustainable. It's just not. It's just not. And we got through with moments. Mudryk finding the cross into Broja was a way to find a weakness in Preston's defence, and that was that they weren't very good up in the air. We tried it immediately after again. Broja did get the header on, and he hit the bar, if you remember. Mudryk then got taken off, and I'm thinking, well, why? Let him keep going. Why take him off? People are going to say, no, we're resting him for Middlesbrough. Why? Madueke came on. Sterling eventually got that goal for the third with the free kick. But now we got to go to Middlesbrough. Now we got to play Middlesbrough in the cup semi-final, the League Cup semi-final. And Middlesbrough are a bit better than Preston. So we got to make sure that we're actually showing some sort of a decent performance here. And not just doing nothing like we did in that first half and hoping that it's all going to just fix itself later on. Fingers crossed we don't go down that route. But in terms of the players that play today, I feel like there's players that need to be mentioned, at least I think in terms of having a decent performance. Malo Gusto, again, he just looks comfortable. He knows what he's doing. Fair play to Gusto. I've got zero complaints on this guy. Left back, right back, stick him wherever, and he's putting in a decent performance. So fair play to him. Alfie Gilchrist, George Benson had a debut today, a starting debut, and he done quite decent, if I'm being completely honest. There were moments where he was finding it hard to keep up with Liam, what's the geezer's name? Liam Miller. I was referring to him a lot on the watch along because Preston were going down that side a lot, I think because of Gilchrist. But he got stuck in and he did win a lot of those challenges. In terms of pace, he was getting done, but then he'd throw his leg in and he'd win the tackles from time to time. So overall, good performance on the ball as well. No complaints. Well done, Alfie Gilchrist, for your first few minutes for Chelsea. Levi Colwell, I feel like average today. You could say the same for Disassi. They weren't really tested, but there were moments where they could do better. Enzo and Caicedo, there needs to be a conversation. Because, today, both were just bland. I don't want to say poor. They weren't rubbish, but there was nothing. There was nothing coming out of them. Nothing. Both of them. And again, I can't blame them completely. I looked at the way that we're moving the ball. I look at the way that we're set up, the way we're positioned, and I just think tactically, we're not set up correctly. We're just not. And I think more so for Enzo than Caicedo, this isn't going to work with Pochettino and Enzo. I just don't see it. And you can just see that the only way that they're moving is passing the ball sideways, not much movement for them to link with, and then maybe the odd pass forward, and that's it. But there's nothing really happening from midfield. So those two, not looking good. Sterling, as I said, poor performance up until the free kick, and then it was a very good free kick. So fair play to him for that, because he can take them well. But apart from that, very average. Very, very, very average. In fact, no, I'd say below average, if I'm being honest. Against Preston. We're talking Preston here. This is why I'm being a little bit extra, proper on it, because it's Preston. Sterling was not on it today whatsoever. Mudryk, I felt was decent. Mudryk was moving, at least. We were all static that first half, but he was moving. Second half he was linking, he was crossing, he was finding spaces. I can't ask for more. In a team where it's looking bland, I can't ask for more. So fair play to Mudryk. Cole Palmer, okay. I'd say okay. Wasn't brilliant, wasn't terrible, okay. And Broja wasn't great up until the goal. But he got the goal and a great header. So that's going to help him, because as a striker, if you get the goal, it does compensate. So there's that. The players that came off the bench, Thiago Silva, he comes on, he scores. Very happy for him. I'm very happy whenever I see Thiago Silva score. Very, very class. I love the way he moves. Madueke was bright. There was one chance he really should have buried towards the end, but apart from that, he was bright, and he's looking like he's got confidence in him now. He's taking players on. He's moving correctly. He's not fluffing his final ball. So fair play to Madueke. Decent cameo for him for half an hour. Conor Gallagher came on, and you can't really judge. He played 15 minutes, so it's not too much. But he brought energy. He brought some distribution. He was moving the ball pretty well. He wasn't slow, which is good to see. Considering in midfield, we were moving a little too slow for my liking. David Washington is a real person. Fair play, David Washington. Didn't really do too much as well. I can't really judge for 15 minutes. But he looked okay. Didn't do anything wrong. So fair play for that. And Michael Golding came on with a couple of minutes to go. Actually, no, he came on the 89th. So he managed to play a good 10 minutes. He moved well. He nearly scored as well. So fair play to Golding. Congratulations on the debut. Very happy to see him. 17 years old. He looked bright, considering the game was dead, and obviously everything's in our favour. But he looked good, and he looked fresh, in the same way Alfie Gilchrist did when he made his first appearance. So fair play to Golding for that, and that wraps up the review. Ladies and gentlemen, we move to Middlesbrough. Cup semi-final, first leg. Now it's going to get interesting. Let me know your thoughts for this game in the comment section below. Much appreciated. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new, not just one, probably a brand new couple of ones. So I'll see all of you then. Thank you all so much, people. In a bit, take care and peace.